So this is point hunting in early March. Remember I said get out when you can? Well, it's cold, it's snowing, it's raining, but I'm out for an hour. We'll see what I find. So this is kind of neat. I'm still walking the same new field. Haven't really found anything else to note. I did come across this. It's not worked in any way, shape, or form, but this is just your typical, so I can get it to focus. There we go. Typical outer flint, but on the inside, check this out. See all those little dots in there, almost like something left an imprint? That looks like it's the internal structure of the rock. I've never quite seen anything like that. Again, normal on the outside. Evenly spaced dots? No idea, but lots of cool stuff you can find out in the field. I'm going to run this past some of the guys at the Archaeological Club and just see if they've ever seen anything like this. And I'll keep you updated if I find anything out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the first official good find of the 2023 season. I've been out a little bit. As you can see, the fields are not plowed yet. It's March 23rd. Of course, I don't have my wind muffling mic with me, but I decided to go out, take a peek at the fields. You can see what I'm looking at here. It's just dirt through the grass. But decided to get out for an hour. It's a little bit chilly. It's about 45 degrees, and I ended up finding this, which is a pretty cool find. And I don't know if you can see that. I picked it up already. I put it back down just to show you where I picked it up from. It actually looked like a piece of wood at first. It's a really nice blade. Not too shabby. It's the biggest blade that I've found so far. As you can see, it's decent size. So that one, I'm going to get it cleaned up, but definitely display case worthy. We've had a really mild winter, but the few times it has frozen and thawed out, it's rained in between, so some of these things are getting the dirt knocked off of them. Some of them are coming up to the surface, which is why I'm out here. It's going to be a good season. All right, folks. If I find anything else, I will bring you back. So I just wanted to share with everybody, this is typically what I find in this field. In this general vicinity, within this 50-foot radius, found probably 50 to 75 flakes the one year. And I still come back here and I still find cool flakes like this. Looks like a leaf, but it's not. Just a nice large flake. And actually, I don't know if you can see that. See the little workings along this edge? This is a worked flake. So they were actually using this for something. It's only worked on the one side. You can tell they did a little bit of work there. Pretty cool. Just off of a flake. Howdy, folks. First 65-degree day we've had in quite some time. Just walking in the afternoon here. Came along an interesting piece. Sorry for the wind, if you can hear it. I don't have my wind muffling mic on. But just walking along, and I did pick this up already. I should know better by now, but I picked it up because I thought it was a flake. So I don't know if you guys can see this. This is the first piece I think that I've ever found that has serrations on it. Actually, purposeful serrations. So I don't know if this was just a little knife. You can see it's kind of misshapen, but it's also got a little bit of a break at the point. Looks like an old break. You know, who knows whether that was done in the process of making it. More than likely it was in the process of actually using it. But you can see that's some nice little serrations there. Pretty cool. We're on the board for the day. All right, folks, find number 2 for the day. It's April 4th, I think. And I was walking along and found this little guy. See if you can see it. Just sitting like that. And that was made off of a flake. It's not a high quality point, but it's a point. I'll take it. You just wonder though how that would have flown. You can see, if I can get my camera to focus here, it's a little bit not straight as an arrow, as it were, but cool. Find number 2 for the day. Field's not even plowed yet. Love it. All right, folks, happy April. Brand new field, brand new day. They just chisel plowed this. It hasn't rained yet. You can see how dirty everything is. If you take a look at the ground, everything's all dusty and brown. But I find some neat stuff. We're kind of running alongside a low area right here. So this is typical. You've got your high flat area, drops down into a lower area with a stream that runs through it. The fields I typically hunt are over in that direction. But finding a couple good things, so interesting things. I do have a definite flake there in the middle. The one on the bottom, hard to say, lots of angles, lots of sharp edges. Doesn't look like it was worked. Maybe it was hacked off of something, who knows. This is really interesting material. If you hold it up to the light, I don't know if I can get a shot of this. It's almost, I don't think it's going to work. It's almost translucent if you sit there and look at it long enough. But so walking along, everything's real dirty. I figured this is going to be a good spot, especially after it rains. But I think I did find something, so I'm going to take us down here a little bit. Let's see if you guys can see it. Right in the middle of the screen. And I almost went past this because I wasn't sure, but then I looked and I think we've got the base here. I'm going to pull this out. I haven't touched it yet, but let's see what this is. Oh yeah. Yep, definite base. Looks like it broke at some point in time, and then they made it into a hafted scraper. So you can see how the one end they kind of wore down, flaked down, ground down. It looks like it was ground a little bit. So the other side you can see looks just like a broken point. But we find these. This is probably my 3rd or 4th one that I found in fields around this area. But they're pretty neat. When they couldn't use the point anymore, they just basically made it into a different tool. We are on the board for the day. Lots more walking to do. All right, folks, so yesterday was about 80 degrees. Today it is dismal and dreary and pushing, I don't know, 40. Lovely spring. So I'm walking this field. This field was just turned over a couple days ago, but because of the nice weather, they really worked fast on this, so I'm trying to catch up. Here is something that I shouldn't have picked up. I know better, but I picked it up anyway because I thought it was a flake. But it turns out it is a almost perfect, beautiful little triangle point. Just sitting there in the dirt. So we are on the board for the day. I expect more, so we'll see what we find. Okay, same cold, dreary day, same field. I think we've got something here. Looks like another point. I'm hoping it's not broken. Let's take a peek. Let's see if you can see it. See right in the middle of the screen there. We're going to zoom in. See the back part of it there? I can't tell if that's broken or not, but let's see what we got here. It is broken just a little bit. Boy, that would have been really nice. Broken on the backside. Oh, maybe they were still trying to use it. Looks like it just snapped off there. All right, we will keep looking here. I'm running out of time, but we're finding stuff, so that's good. All right, folks, you can see how windy it is. There's my stick. It's in the ground pretty good. My camera's moving around a bit, but picked up again what I thought was a flake, and surprise, surprise, I don't know what this is. It looks like maybe just a tiny little thumb scraper. I don't think it's a point. It's just worked all the way around, and it's really kind of circular, and the other side is the same thing. So I mean, I guess it could have been a point, going from right to left being the point of the point, as it were, and the right being the base, but I don't know, I just don't see it. I think it's more than likely just a little thumb scraper. So goodness, man, it's windy. All right, I am about frozen and I'm out of time, so I'm gonna head in, but all in all, pretty darn good day. And here we are again. I was just walking back and forth from my truck to my stick, which is over there, to mark my row, and came across this guy. I have not touched it yet. I have not looked any closer, but if it's whole, and depending on what it is, it could be really, really good. I'm not exactly sure what this is. So let's take a peek. Oh, it feels like it might be broken. Or maybe it was made this way. Oh, it's broken. Oh my goodness. It's broken in two places. It's broken on this side and it's broken on the top. Oh. How nice would that have been? You're looking at the base at the bottom. It goes up into the right hand side there, and of course it's broken on this side and broken on this side, but that would have been absolutely beautiful. That's not fair. One of these days I'm going to pull this and it's going to be a beautiful whole centerpiece of my case. Oh well. Still pretty cool. Back to it. Just found another heartbreaker. So the one on the left is the one that I found earlier. The one on the right was just sticking out, and that would have been a pretty point. This field is really good for finding some quality stuff, but I haven't necessarily found anything bigger like this that's whole yet. So I mean, you can see the field, they've got it in really close little furrows for soybeans. So those discs do a lot of damage to points like this, especially when they're at the surface. But it does turn them up so we can find them. So hopefully we'll find a whole one here soon. Okay, sunny day. It's about 80 degrees out today, so pretty big contrast from the last couple days where it's been snowing, actually. So I got out a little bit before I have to go run an errand, and I came across this. I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely worked. So I'm going to just pick this up and just see what this is. Whoa. Oh, look at that. It's a turtleback scraper. And you can see why they call it that. Oh, that's cool. That would have been the front, the scraping edge. You can see how worked that is. Wow. That's not a point, but I'll take it. That's a really cool tool. It's the biggest turtleback scraper I've ever found. Well, folks, this is where persistence pays off. As you can see, it's almost dark. Sure is much easier to see through the screen than it is outside, but just I'm looking for shapes now. I can't even tell anything else, but if this will focus, you can see I've got a little bird point here that just happened to turn up. I found a broken piece, so it looks like a broken blade just a little bit earlier, but it wasn't worth filming, so but we got one. I think I found, there we go. I think I found probably 6 or 7 of them today. So it's been a busy day. I'm exhausted. I may walk a little bit more tonight with a lantern, but I have a lot to do for this weekend, so we'll see. All right.